Hello, I am Mike Giving Off Dice, and we are here underneath me mob spawner thing. Been working on it while offline, and starving myself to death apparently. Let us eat on the way up. I find it interesting that you can't walk forwards at full speed while eating, but you can climb as fast as you like while eating. So there you go. We are going up through the clouds. I am going to have to do something about this. This is it's a big, long, ridiculous climb, so I'm probably going to have to build some kind of railway thing. Haven't quite worked out what exactly, because yeah, because if you've got railway, you've got stuff to think about. You know, so going up by rail is fine, but are you going to use the same rail to go up as to go down? In which case, what happens when more than one person wants to go up and go down at the same time? Do you have one going up, one going down? I actually quite like the idea of having a place where you jump off and you land in a pool of water. I think that would be a neat way of landing. For getting down, well, that was a potential mistake, because if a creeper lands on you, it might explode. Anyway, so this is the drop-off point. So I've made a thing of slabs, as you can see, and it's as you can see, it's slabs on the bottom half of the block of near the grid. So nothing is going to spawn here. You can see the water working. So I've got the whole thing working at this point. It's not going to generate too many things during the day. Logically speaking, I mean, that makes sense. What I'm going to need to do is add more floors, and that's what's going to. Yeah, it's not completely useless. It is still producing things. It produces more things at night. But the more floors I create, especially if I go right up to the top, the darker it's going to be inside, and therefore the more spawns happen, which is obviously that will make things happen faster. So at the moment, although it is not super mega fast, it is basically working. And as you can see, it drops the spiders as well as anything else. The only problem is, which I think I did not realize, is that spiders only drop spider eyes if the player kills them. They don't drop spider eyes if they die by the environment, which is slightly aggravating. I'm also going to have to redo the stairway, the ladder thing. Oh, I don't want this. Yeah, okay. This was here because in order to place the dispensers in the right place, I needed to get underneath. So here we are at the very top, and this is the circuitry. It took me a while to get it right. For a start, I thought these were droppers, not dispensers, to begin with. So I've got spare dispensers somewhere. I'll probably drop them back home. So this is, I'm not quite sure how, right, this is a hopper clock, so I understand this. So items go from here to here. And this thing, I don't know what this, these are two droppers, right, pointing into each other, right, and there's an item, there's a single item that gets passed between them, which I presume means that, and you got this repeater here. Sorry, these comparators. So they're constantly switching between these two and swapping the things backwards and forwards. And so I think when this gives enough of a signal, this will trigger. So this makes so this is a clock, right? And I think this is to make the so all the pieces go one way, then all the pieces go the other way. So then you get this burst. So this burst gun comes through here. One of them just goes straight through and triggers the dispensers right away from this here. So you get a signal. And so that signal just happened. And then this signal comes by and is delayed by a lot of repeaters on full time period. So in other words, every so often when this hopper clock switches, you'll get a quick burst like just now. So that's dropped the water. The water's now dropping. And now it's stopped again because the signal has the second signal goes through. So I'll just watch it again. So water's gone, and then this is the retract signal, and now the water's gone away again. So that works out nicely enough. That works fine. As you can see, there's a bit of a, that's all open and thus susceptible to seeing sunlight and stuff. So there's the water going down. It's spreading out over the signs, flushing out anything, and then dropping it onto this point here. And thus beasties are falling and getting squished. And I think here I'm far enough down that beasties will they'll spawn and won't despawn from being too far away. And so long as I time my collection for after they've fallen, because there's there's a sweep of water, they fall down, and then the water recedes, and they won't be falling down, and so therefore that's when I want to go in and grab all the loot. So yeah, as I add more floors, I should get more and more and more things. It should be interesting to see how much I get. It should also be interesting to see whether or not I can actually add more floors while the thing's still running. Obviously I can just turn off the water. I can if nothing else, I can take out that bit of redstone, or I can go through and actually remove the water from the dispensers. That's my other thought. But actually, no. I think what I'm going to want to do is just take out a single piece of redstone. That'll stop the whole thing, and then I can just build more things. But the problem is that I might get aggravated by monsters. But all I really need to do is put down torches, because those torches will then get swept away the first time. As soon as I put the as soon as I restore the clock, as soon as it starts pouring water again, those torches will get swept off. So that's not going to be a problem. So that's really all I need to do now, is just make more floors. And the more floors I make, the more monsters should generate. The more monsters I generate, the more items I get. So that's going to be kind of cool. So that is that. And that's now fundamentally a working thing. Going to get your beasties this time then? But yeah, the main issue is just getting things to spawn, as many as possible. I wonder if that top roof is just too bright. But so there may be a top floor that doesn't spawn that many beasties, because it's right underneath that top floor, which is made of slabs, and thus lets light through. I don't know. Might have to think about that. So things I may want to encase it, and I may want to do other things, and maybe fill in the sides, make a great big huge box of unspawning. But anyway, that is that. And now the other issue is, getting down. It's not actually a problem. It's just really tedious. I can leap off like this, and then it's all about when do I go for grabbing on. My other issue is that I need to make this bit a bit safer than it is at the minute. Well, it's not too bad. It used to be, by the time I get down here, there'll be a ton of monsters, and I have to have a long, big fight scene. It looks like I may have actually put enough torches down at long last to stop that from happening. That's quite neat. I mean, yeah. Probably could have done putting the circuitry down as its own separate episode, but yeah, getting up there. If I have some kind of rail system, and I'm going to have to start thinking about, carts going to go one way, and if they're going to go one way, what do I do with them? How do I get them back down the bottom again? I mean, I think having a dive pool is just too much like fun to not have. So I'm going to have a dive pool. Work on that. But yeah, I'm going to have some thoughts about getting up there, because going up the ladder is kind of tedious. Also, I'm beginning to wonder if the whole thing is not in fact a complete waste of time, because okay, what are we actually going to be getting out of this? So string, from spiders you're going to get string, but you're not going to get spider eyes except from witches. You don't get spider eyes from spiders if they're not killed by a player, which is interesting. Gunpowder from creepers. Arrows and bones and bows from skelly spawners, but I've already got a skelly spawner which generates just those things. Rotten flesh from zombies, but I've got all the rotten flesh I could possibly want from our zombie pigman. I wasn't the only one who built it. The zombie pigman spawner. So I've got all the rotten flesh we want from that. Oh, hello, you. Go away. So aggravating. The occasional potato from zombies. And it must be said, occasionally we're going to get witches. So I've got a glass bottle and some glowstone and a couple of spider eyes. They came from a witch, not from a spider. So pretty much everything in that list, other than glass bottles, glowstone, and spider eyes, which only come from witches and thus aren't that common, I've already got better sources for. So I'm beginning to wonder if the whole thing was a bit of a waste of time. Gunpowder, I think gunpowder is the one thing we're not getting in large industrial quantities, which we'll get from this. So I've got 31 gunpowder, which is quite a lot. So that's kind of neat. And the things from witches are kind of, they're alright, they're nice, they're not brilliant. So yeah, so this may have all been a great big waste of my time, but never mind that, eh? Let's head back anyway. I'm going to have to take my horse back actually at some point. Is there a ghast around here? Yeah, I've cleared away this bit. I've kind of opened it out. And we've also been doing stuff at spawn, which I think might be another episode. I think we're going to have to take a whole episode on that one, to be perfectly honest. So, I have basically spent the last little while making a monster spawner, which I don't think is all that useful. So I'm going to head back through, actually. No, I've lost it already. Where have we got? They're going this way. Already lost. If nothing else, it's a good sand. I mean, having this portal. I should have had this portal ages ago when I was digging all the sand in all the world for. In fact, well, not all the sand, because actually way more sand got dug by someone else. But when I was digging all this sand out, I could have really done with this gate here. And I'm going to have to take this horse back because I now don't go through the Nether. I don't go via overland, which is, so I came here, brought a horse, and now I don't come this way by horse anymore. So I'm going to take a well. Why don't we do that now? In fact, why don't we do that right now? Hello, horsey. Now, where'd your lead go? Oh, there we go. Grab that. So this is going to be the last time I'm going to take this horse back. Hurrah! Because I no longer need horses to get down there. I've got my. It is quicker to go by Nether by quite some way. So there you go. Next episode we'll be doing stuff at spawn, so I'll show you what's been up with that. There'll be a lot of reorganisation, unless I come up with some other idea, which I may well do. You're not a very fast horse. I think I've mentioned this before. But you go up hills. That's all I care about. So, as I head back, thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying watching these videos. Come visit Neil Enough Dice at neilenoughddice.com. I didn't think I was going to make that, but I did. There will be links to our Twitter and to our Facebook and to our various other things in the description of the video. And until we meet again, dig for victory. And remember to tie up your horse when you're done. Because otherwise they'll wander off, then you've lost your horse. Right. Oh, go, hey, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. There you go. See you later.